Stifler. Holzer is an 11-0 featherweight, born and fighting out of Hanover, Germany, with Fight School Hanover. The 23-year-old is one of the most entertaining fighters in Europe. Electric walkouts, charismatic personality, and an all-action fight style. Stifler is a special grappler. Of his 9 finishes, 7 of them are subs. Tracking back to 2024, second fight of the year for Max, facing 7-1 Emil Kurhela, the Sergeant out of Riihimäki, Finland, with 0-3 fight team. He's finished every foe he has faced and makes his Oktagon debut tonight. Opening bell and Holzer is hounding his opponent already, flashes the right hook, ducks the counter, and moves in for the takedown. 30 seconds later, Max with the straight finds the chin. 45 seconds later, Kurhela comes forward and Holzer hits him on the counter. Follows with a heavy head kick, half blocked but still rattles opponent's cage, then ducks the counter looking for another takedown. Kurhela excellent defense though. 30 ticks later, left, right, left in combination for Stifler. Nice misdirection with the jab feint. 1 minute later, another left cross landing for Holzer, then another one leading him into the level change. End of the first double jab to cross hurts Kurhela. Max dives in for another attempt at a double leg, gets it with the trip, but would have been better off striking it out. Start of the second, Holzer evades the kick, then comes back combo with the lead cross, goes back to the well with the speedy straight, then another jab is true. Moments later, calf kick by Max, then overhand left into the level change. Opponent threatens with the guillotine, but Max able to slam and break Kurhela's hand grip. Now opponent working back up, but eating knees and elbows in the process. Holzer right back on him with the left straight. Kurhela tries to respond and gain some respect, but Max all over him with the simple in-your-face striking style. Seconds later, Holzer knee to the head forces opponent away from the cage, then works to establish the leg hooks for the back take, inches the arms around Kurhela's neck, and slowly squeezes like a boa till he taps out. Max Holzer submits Emil Kurhela in round numero dos. Third straight rear naked choke stoppage for Stifler, and fourth straight sub overall. The 22-year-old still has some fight IQ kinks to iron out, but some very promising skills already possessed by the young German. We don't have video of Holzer's next bout, a round 3 ground and pound TKO. Now 2 months later after that, Max is back for his 4th fight of 2024, facing 10-6 Eugen Black-Dell. We got some German on German crime here. The Wittlich product rides a 3-fight win streak into this. Right off the glove touch, opponent clocks into work. Max tries to answer, but Eugen is energized like the bunny. Holzer's smart to look for counters. "30 seconds later, Stifler finds the chin with a straight left. Moments later, quick level change for the double leg takedown. 20 seconds later, Holzer works his hooks in and takes the back. 2 minutes later, he is able to flatten him out. Ground and pound ensues, even a choke attempt, but can't finish it in the first. Second stanza now, and Max Holzer wants the fight grounded. Able to accomplish that, courtesy the gable grip under the leg. Minute 30 later, Holzer attacking with his ground strikes, but opponent does well to defend in half guard most of the round. Start of the third, much like the first, Black-Dell wants blood, and Holzer eats a few shots but staves him off, then goes for the single leg and gets it. 20 ticks later, nice work with the wrist ride, opening up heavier strikes. Moments later, now Max moves for back mount as opponent turtles, perfectly timed. 15 seconds later, heavy ground and pound, nice slashing elbow to the ear from back mount. Minute later, able to roll opponent into the body triangle, having his way in round 3. Minute and a half later, so nice he's gotta do it twice, but can't find a finish either time. End of the fight, Holzer hears the clacks and he goes to work. Dominant round 3. Max Holzer improves his spotless record to 10-0. Black-Dell tried to give him the business early with flurries of strikes, but Holzer weathered those storms well. He utilized his wrestling and grappling to find advantageous positions for ground and pound while maintaining complete control once he got it grounded, showing off a gas tank that would get great miles per gallon on the byway. 4 months later, we are in April 2025, and Stifler is in the 5-round main event versus 8-1 Denise Ilbay. El Pistolero, out of UFD Gym in Cologne, Deutschland, comes over from the boxing world, and he has 6 KO or TKO stoppages to go along with 1 submission. Only 10 ticks in, and we're straight to work. Ilbay jab overhand countered with hooks by Holzer. 25 seconds later, overhand into the level change. Ankle pick nothing doing, but the uppercut in the mix connects. Left straight after the plum clinch into the double leg take down. Minute and a half later, elbows are raining down on Ilbay's full guard parade. Moments later, opponent tries to get to his knees, but as he looks to turtle up, Max mounts up on the back. 45 seconds later, he has Ilbay in treacherous waters. Can't quite find that rear naked choke just yet. Round 2 is just like the first. Action from the bell. Nice lead knee from Stifler. Ilbay answers, but leg kicks snatched up by Max for the single leg takedown. 2 minutes later, ground strikes from half guard. Ilbay wants to get away, but Holzer's so good at holding that top position. Leg hooks engage so quick to control those hips. Moments later, he's advanced up Ilbay's body for a reverse triangle. Transitions to the armbar, good defense by his opponent. Round 3, Holzer always stepping on the gas. 2 takedown attempts and able to down his opponent on the 3rd. Minute later, he takes the back, then attacks the choke. More of a crank instead, and can't get that tap quite yet. 2 minutes later, postured up and ground striking away. End of the 3rd, on the way up, Ilbay eats a big knee to the face. 4th frame here, Max has maintained top control all round, now takes the back. 40 seconds later, ground strikes open up an angle for that first arm to get around the neck, and Holzer uses the misdirection to work in that rear naked choke submission. Max Holzer stays perfect with a 4th round submission over rival Denise Ilbay. His first time ever going past the 3rd round, but Stifler looked fresh as a daisy. This 5-round main event was not for a belt though, but coming up on September 13th, he has another main event lined up. This time, just 3 rounds against 15-5 Khalid Taha, a veteran of the UFC going 1-4 in the promotion, but now fighting a 2-fight win streak since departing.